Divorces, deaths, and controversies. Ever wondered what happened to those once beloved TV chefs? Here's a look at why they've faded from the spotlight. Dedicated Food Network viewers will definitely remember Sandra Lee. Her series, Semi-Homemade Cooking with Sandra Lee, premiered in 2003 and ran for an impressive 15 seasons. On top of that, she's authored close to 30 books. Even if you missed her shows back in the 2000s, you've probably come across that viral clip of her generously pouring vodka into a shaker while playfully insisting it's only 2 shots.
Then in here, 2 shots of vodka.
But after wrapping up more than 200 episodes of Semi-Homemade Cooking with Sandra Lee in 2016, Lee largely disappeared from the food TV scene. She popped up occasionally for single appearances on various Food Network competition programs, but nothing long-term. So what has she been doing since stepping back? In 2015, she was diagnosed with breast cancer and underwent a double mastectomy. She later documented her experience in RX Early Detection, a cancer journey with Sandra Lee, which debuted in 2018. In 2019, she split from her longtime partner, former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. A few years later, in 2022, she went public on social media with a new relationship with interfaith nonprofit leader Ben Youssef. More recently, in 2023, she teased an upcoming project on Instagram, which ended up being the Netflix original Blue Ribbon Baking Championship. Food Network viewers will likely remember husband and wife duo Pat and Gina Neely from their popular series Down Home with the Neelys, which the network said became one of its strongest performers in that time slot after debuting in 2008. Following its success, the pair went on to host Road Tasted with the Neelys for a single season and made guest appearances across a variety of other Food Network programs. However, both their flagship show and their on-screen partnership came to an end in 2014 when the couple decided to part ways.
I never wanted to do that show. I never wanted to live my life quite out loud like that.
Since then, Gina Neely has gone through a major personal and professional shift. In 2017, she debuted a new series on Aspire TV titled Chop It Up with Gina Neely. The following year, she appeared on the Bravo reality show To Rome for Love, which centered on single women traveling to Italy. In February 2022, she shared some joyful news with fans, announcing that she was about to become a grandmother. Meanwhile, Pat Neely has stayed active in the food world, just mostly away from TV cameras. He remarried in 2017 and has kept busy building his presence on YouTube while continuing his culinary work. Fans of Iron Chef America will remember Cora as the show's first female Iron Chef, a regular presence in nearly 80 episodes between 2005 and 2013. Before that, she'd already made appearances on programs like My Country, My Kitchen Grease, and Date Plate, but it was Iron Chef America that truly solidified her status as a food TV star. After 2013, however, she began showing up less frequently on the Food Network, gradually stepping out of the spotlight. That doesn't mean she slowed down. Since then, Cora has taken part in close to 40 different shows and series, spanning cooking competitions, talk shows, and even some unexpected reality TV appearances like The Real Dirty Dancing. In 2023, she competed on Stars on Mars, a show where celebrities tackle challenges in a simulated astronaut environment. Beyond television, she's expanded into the food business by selling products through Goldbelly and collaborating with a non-alcoholic wine brand. Unlike some TV chefs who rose to fame decades ago and gradually slipped out of view, Stephanie Izard's rise has been much more recent. The James Beard Award winner and Chicago-based chef made history as the first woman to win Top Chef, Season 4, back in 2008, and later took the top spot on Iron Chef Gauntlet in 2017. Much of the buzz around Izard still points back to those milestone victories, along with her appearances on shows like Iron Chef America, Top Chef, and Chopped. In more recent years, though, Izard has shifted her attention away from television and toward expanding her culinary empire. She opened 2 new restaurants in Los Angeles in 2021 and 2022, growing her already impressive portfolio. She's also launched a line of retail products called This Little Goat, featuring spices, sauces, and crunchy toppings. Back in Chicago, her bakery Sugar Goat, which debuted in 2020, now ships desserts nationwide through Goldbelly. Whatever happened to Chef Rocco DiSpirito? Like his former co-host Cora, he was part of the early wave of food TV personalities. Not long after his 2003 series The Restaurant premiered, DiSpirito stepped away from running restaurants. He went on to publish several cookbooks and popped up on a range of cooking programs, as well as competition shows like Dancing with the Stars. In 2018, he briefly returned to the kitchen as the chef at the Standard Grill in Manhattan, but didn't stay in that role for long. These days, you won't see him leading a restaurant or fronting his own TV show, but he's far from inactive. In a 2022 interview, he shared that he's been keeping busy with appearances at food festivals, preparing bespoke meals for private clients, developing new cookbooks, and even exploring NFTs. He still makes occasional guest appearances on Food Network, particularly across shows associated with Guy Fieri. In 2026, he opened a new restaurant in New York City called Bar Rocco. Iron Chef Ming Tsai has built a seriously impressive career, complete with award-winning restaurants and a long list of accolades. His PBS series, Simply Ming, is one of the network's longest-running cooking shows, spanning more than 350 episodes since its debut in 2003. Still, if you don't regularly watch PBS, it's easy to lose track of him after his earlier Food Network run. That original breakout show, East Meets West with Ming Tsai, aired from 1998 to 2003 and helped introduce him to a wider audience. Since then, most of his TV appearances have been more occasional, including guest spots on programs like Guy's Grocery Games and The Best Thing I Ever Ate, along with appearances on The Next Iron Chef and, in 2022, Iron Chef, Quest for an Iron Legend. He's also popped up on a variety of talk shows over the years. As for what he's doing now, Tsai has shifted much of his focus to a newer venture, Ming's Bings, a brand he launched in 2020. Inspired in part by his wife's cancer diagnosis, the company was created to offer convenient foods that meet specific dietary needs. The frozen products are gluten-free, vegan, and nut-free, featuring handheld, pocket-style snacks wrapped in rice and filled with plant-based ingredients.
Anyone can take a plant-based product, but you still need to chef them up.
It's hard to forget Paula Deen. In 2013, the Southern cooking star became embroiled in a major controversy after facing accusations of racism, which led to significant backlash and a sharp decline in her fan base.
And I am so very thankful for the partners that I have that believe in me.
Right.
She was quickly dropped by the Food Network, and what followed for Paula Deen hardly counts as a triumphant return. While she remains a recognizable figure, much of her visibility comes from unusual efforts to stay in the public eye, such as competing on Dancing with the Stars in 2015 and launching a clothing line. Yet, despite her notoriety, the same level of fame hasn't extended to her two sons. Jamie and Bobby Deen first gained attention through their mother, appearing on her shows and helping run her Savannah restaurant. Leveraging that exposure, both carved out their own paths on Food Network, with Bobby hosting several baking competitions and a series on the Cooking Channel, while both brothers have authored multiple cookbooks. In recent years, however, they've stepped back from the limelight, focusing instead on family life, fatherhood, and personal pursuits outside of television. Award-winning chef and restaurateur, John Besh first gained widespread attention in the mid-2000s, largely due to his efforts in New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. He helped serve victims and first responders and played a role in the city's recovery, earning significant media coverage. Over the next decade, this visibility led to numerous opportunities. Besh appeared on Food Network and other culinary shows, hosted 2 PBS programs, and in 2014 launched Hungry Investors on Spike. However, in 2017, Besh faced serious allegations when more than 24 current and former employees accused him of sexual harassment. Following these revelations, he stepped down from his restaurant group and has since retreated entirely from the public sphere. Reports suggest he's rarely seen in New Orleans and may have relocated entirely. Fatima Ali first captured global attention during her run on Top Chef in the late 2010s. She also made appearances on a variety of other programs, including Chopped, Ming Tsai's Simply Ming, and several talk shows, quickly becoming a rising star in the culinary world. Tragically, Ali is among the Food Network talents many fans may not realize have passed away. In an exclusive essay for Bon Appetit, she revealed that she was diagnosed with cancer shortly after filming Top Chef in 2017.
Honestly, being a chef, I'm so used to being in control over everything. And all of a sudden, I have no control over anything in my life.
The rare cancer, Ewing's sarcoma, tragically ended her life and career in 2019. Even so, the legacy of the Pakistani-American chef has endured. In 2022, Penguin Random House released a posthumous memoir featuring Ali's writings from her final months, alongside reflections from her mother. Titled Savor, A Chef's Hunger for More, the book received widespread acclaim, earning starred reviews from both Kirkus and Publishers Weekly.
Carl, brother, this one's for you.
Another Food Network personality many may not realize has passed is Carl Ruiz. He first gained attention in the early 2010s on diners, drive-ins, and dives, where one episode highlighted Marie's Italian Specialties, a New Jersey restaurant he co-owned with his wife. Guy Fieri clearly saw his talent, and Ruiz soon began appearing on Fieri's other shows, including Guy's Grocery Games and Guy's Ranch Kitchen. Between 2016 and 2020 alone, he appeared in over 60 episodes of Guy's Grocery Games. Interestingly, Ruiz and Fieri knew each other even before that first episode. Ruiz reportedly spotted Fieri in New York while Fieri was competing on the next Food Network star in 2006 and offered to buy him dinner if he won, which Fieri did. The two later celebrated with a meal together. Though he had the potential to become a long-term Food Network fixture, Ruiz tragically passed away in 2019 in his sleep from atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease. At the time, he left behind several restaurants, including La Cubana in New York City, and a popular YouTube series where he reviewed foods from mostly chain restaurants. For a while, it seemed like Ron Ben Israel was everywhere on the Food Network. His reality competition Sweet Genius ran from 2011 to 2013, and the network heavily promoted it. After the show ended, he made occasional guest appearances on other Food Network programs, and then served as a judge on nearly 36 episodes of Cake Wars between 2015 and 2016. Following that period, he largely disappeared from the TV spotlight for several years. These days, Ben Israel has returned as a judge on The Big Bake, which focuses on teams creating oversized cakes and elaborate baked goods. However, unlike Sweet Genius or Cake Wars, this show isn't part of the main Food Network lineup. It's produced by the network's Canadian branch, filmed in Canada, and can be streamed via Stack TV on Amazon Prime or the Global TV app.